Actually, we're trying those who install Visual Studio. We were trying the programs, right? Okay. Actually, don't bring the Eclipse environment and compare it with Visual Studio. Okay. But you can think of C++ and Java together. But that environment is completely different, and this environment is little different, so don't try to combine it. And so yesterday Kishore was let me open the Visual Studio. So this is the yesterday's project. What Ajay asked is it is possible, but like it will be in advanced stage actually. So don't try that now actually. So Kishore was trying a project called adding actually, right? If you are trying a project, like you can try like adding, subtracting, and multiplication, division. So in the same program you can try. Suppose if you are trying a separate application, like if you are studying on arrays, for example, if you writing program for arrays, so it is better you create a separate project actually. So suppose for example you are just seeing see hello world, and Senthil he was asking me like you didn't teach them like to create separate project for every test application. So don't modify, like if it is related for testing purpose, for any trying out extra things related to that, you just modify it. But if when you are trying from something different, like you are studying array, you are studying something scanf or printf, when it is a different project, you just create a different project actually. So try to create a different project actually for everything, for every concept that you are trying actually. So within one concept you can manipulate and just check actually. So that is one thing. So how to create multiple projects when you are trying? So here you see in so yesterday we are trying this one. Today I will explain this part actually. This part and this the L part actually. Today I will explain you. So it is certain things that you need to follow from the beginning. So like you need to always include the tchar and strsafe. So always whatever you write a program, include that one actually. So that you will get habitual to that coding actually. And also explain you like you must have learned printf in your college, right? So I will tell you like how to find the equivalent, the W part. I will explain that one, the W part of printf actually. So that also I will say, and this L part also I will explain you. It is very simple. It is not a very big thing actually. So how to create multiple projects? So suppose imagine like you have been working on this one concept that you wanted to study. Now you are trying a different thing. So just go to files and then you click close solution. So close solution, and then create a new project. So within a same Visual Studio application, you can close and open and create a new. So suppose if you are opening the previous project, like I said, like a C Windows, you just see here this solution, you can click here, or you can just open a project or solution. So if I click here, I just go to this location which I created for you, training C++. You just select this solution actually. For now you forget about selecting the VC. This also will open for you, but if you find the solution, try to open the solution. So if you open the solution, it will open a solution. Otherwise nothing, you just close this application. You just close this application, open another Visual Studio, and just open or create. So whatever you wanted to do, that you do it actually. So certain things, very minute things, but you need to, if you get used to that, it will become regular for you. For example, I will close this one. Visual Studio. Whenever you open Visual Studio, right, you just click the Visual Studio, right? So today actually for Pawan and for Sujita, he will install. So for you the installation will be completed, so you can try that. So whenever you see this one, what you have to do is, instead of clicking, that is left button actually, instead of clicking, just right click actually, right click, and try to open run as administrator. So if you try to run as administrator, it will prompt you, it will ask you for this one, this is called UAC box, UAC dialog. Later on you will come to know what it is. So click yes. So it will open normally. Why I am telling you to do like this is, right click, run as administrator. When you run an application, it will run with limited privileges, limited rights. When you run as an administrator, it will have a little more privilege and little more rights. So always you run it as an administrator, okay, your application. So that is one thing. Now I'm just explaining you not the coding actually. I'm just explaining the environment actually. Little more thing that you need to understand. Let us go to that folder location. So how will I go? I can just right click and open container folder. So yesterday we created this project. I explained you what is this debug actually. When you see this, I have to stop my antivirus. Yesterday I told you about what is this debug actually. It is, this debug is nothing but a 32-bit where output for a 32-bit version of the application will be available. So actually they should have a folder structure like x86 debug release. So they by default it is like if you see a debug, it means like x86 version actually 32-bit application. This is what you created for x64 debug version. Okay. So now I'll explain you what are the other things here. There are after you return this program, this code, there are two stages actually. One is compile, another one is linking actually. So this is what makes different from Java actually. So Java you will there also compile is there, but it will the output is a Java class, right? So and then you will use the Java class to run it in in your machine actually. So compile means actually what it happens is it will check for all syntax. It will if any syntax mismatch is there, it will tell you the error actually. So syntax error will be shown. So that's what compile. So linking is so the second part is linking actually. Linking means this, for example, this particular thing which you have written, it will compile. It needs to generate an executable exe. So this compile code, it needs to link all the other libraries that are dependent upon this file actually. So for example, this printf and wprintf will be stored in some other library. So those libraries need to be linked actually, so that it will be generating an executable. So even when it links, you will get a linking error actually. So for example, first one I will show you a compilation error. I will remove this semicolon at the end of wprint and just try to compile it. So it tells error syntax mixing, and it tells even the location also. So it means here means like it is here somewhere. So now it will compile. But linking error is, it will not tell you which location the linking error happens. So it is easy to solve the syntax error, like compile errors, but it is little difficult to solve the linking error because it won't tell you, like it won't be clear actually. But as you practice, it will be like easier for you actually. But ones who know how to solve linking error, like they become expert actually. So you must also like most of the time initially when I was working in the C++, like linking error will be like too difficult. It will take me like 1 or 2 days to solve it. But as I worked on that time, there was no Google actually. So there were other search engine, Yahoo. So it was difficult. Even in Google, when you search the link error in Google, it will not be clear actually. So because link error occurs same error, but it may be different reasons. So every people will have their own reasons actually. So compilation error is easy to solve. Link error is, for example, I will just I will just show one link error. I just comment this whole thing. I'll try to compile F7. So you see here it just compiled the source code, but actually there's nothing in the source code. But later on it says there is one link error, unresolved symbol, So you cannot find what it is error actually. So like if I double click, it won't tell you. For example, I'll just uncomment it. I'll just remove this semicolon here. F7. If I double click on this one, it will point me to that location. But whereas in link error, if I double click, okay. Maybe this is not link error. Okay, I have to press. If I double click on any link errors here or here, it won't point you what exactly. So you may end up in searching in Google search or anything else. So you have to solve the link error, you have to use your mind actually. So to find out what exactly. So most of the link error is related to library related. So maybe missing library or mismatched libraries. So most of the time that will be the case actually. So sometimes configuration will be missing actually. So some people would have built their library for a different configuration, but you will be using for a different configuration. So this type of errors. So, but once if you master this solving this link error, like your life become very easy actually. So you will feel very happy actually. So that's. So as I said yesterday, I am not teaching, I have not prepared anything. I am just teaching what I have experienced live in front of you. So in older versions of Visual Studio, there will be an option to compile the project actually, compile and linking. So but that option is not available now actually. So if you press F7, it will compile and link, both together happens. So suppose if you want to here also the same thing, but if you click on this source, there is an option called compile. So if you can if you have a project where a lot of files are there, means you can compile each and every files individually, separately actually. So that's why this option. So this will only compile. So it will, if there is any syntax error, it will just tell you the. So for compile and linking, you use this F7. Okay. Now, when you compile this, no, forget about linking for now. When you compile this source.cpp, if you go to the folder structure, it is very crucial to understand the folder structure of your project which you are working. Okay. So that's why I am just concentrating on this. So if you go to, so you have seen, I have selected debug and debug configuration, and the platform is x64, 64-bit application. So if you go to this debug, x64 debug, you will see source.obj. This is the result of compiling your source.cpp. This you might have studied like what in the, you must be having a compiler course, right? Compiler, in computer science you will be having a compiler design or something. You don't have it. you might have studied. Okay. So what actually compiler does is like it's check for all the syntax. It will internally maintain certain things. So every source file code which you are writing, that will, when you compile, it will create a source.obj file that you need to maintain. Okay. For example, I will just create one more, add one more file. Maybe source1.cpp. I don't know what to add. Maybe I'll just compile and check. It is compiling. Now let's come back to, you see, source1.obj file. So this is what compilation means actually. Compiler will create obj file. This linking part I am just coming. So when the Visual Studio links your project, or what happens is it combines all this obj file, and the end result is this exe. So you have to keep this in mind. So obj file, when you compile, obj file will be created. When you link this obj file, internally it will club and try to manipulate certain things. It will create an exe. So this is what all about compiling, compiling and linking actually. So the rest of the files you see here, IDB, PDB. For now you don't worry about that. One more thing you need to see is this PDB file. This PDB file, it contains debugging information. I said when you create a project, we created in debug mode. So this will be helpful for you when you are trying to debug the application. So in Java, using Eclipse, you have debugged, right? So have you debugged a Java code? How will you debug?
Finding
okay, I'll tell you like what is meant by debug. Okay. So for debug means like it's the correct one, like finding error, but there are more things about debugging actually. So how to trace your code actually at runtime actually. That is called debugging. So this PDB file, this one, this one, and this one, this one will be helpful for you when you are trying to debug actually. So I will show you how to debug. So rest of the files you just ignore it. So this is just a log file. Rest of the file you will not worry anything about it. Okay. So now I'll just show you how to debug. Just starting, but for example, okay, so here in debug you see this breakpoints, F10, these things you need to later on you need to look. So I'll just show you. If I press F9, what happens is you will get one dot actually. This is called a breakpoint actually. So what happens is there are two ways to run this application. Yesterday I said like control F5. So you can see it from here in the debug, control F5 without debugging. There is one more way to run your application with debugging F5. Now if I press F5, your execution of the code directly comes at this breakpoint. So you can see the flow of your code actually. So the first thing is it has called wmin, and in the first location you will see, since there is a breakpoint, your code just stopped at this location because you have added a breakpoint here. So your output can be seen in this one. So far no output. In order to run this code, run this line, just press F10. Now you see your output has come here, hello world C. So you can debugging like step-by-step execution of your process. So you can control, it's a control method of executing your process. You can see online how your program execution goes. So where the your execution transfers, and also you can also see the values of your variables. So for example, I'll just finish this, and I have this int n. So in the next line I'll just say n plus plus. I'll just save it. I'll compile by pressing F7. Now I'll not run actually. I will if you want to run, I have to press Ctrl F5. So I'll just press F5. So I have to, it is mandatory, you need to put a breakpoint that is here. So you can put the breakpoint just clicking over the mouse over this place. So it will remove. So your two ways to put the breakpoint is press F9, or you just use mouse button. Okay. So now I will debug this application. Just run this one. So I wanted to see the value of some value. So I just hold on. So it says A actually. So it's a hexadecimal representation of A. So you all know, right? Sujita, you know, right? Hexadecimal. Okay. Kishore, you know, right? A, what is A? Okay, lower, don't worry. So here it represents that A is a hexadecimal value. So I'll just remove it, so you can see the value 10 actually. So now suppose I want to run the execution at this place, F10. Now this function has been executed. The output can you remove the chair actually. Okay. So if you see this one, so it will print hello C. Now it has not yet executed this. Still the value of some value will be 10. Now I will run the code at this location. Now I want to see what is the value of some value. So just move the mouse and see 11. And then I will just press F10, and then this statement is finished executed. So you can see again that hello world C. So it just finished. So debugging, this is called debugging, and so these files, PDB files, are the results that gets generated, which will help you for debugging. So maybe I will cover more on this later, just for explaining this files. So now we are clear, right? So you have a solution, you have a project, you have a whatever that build files and all these files. So the output of this file is exe, and you have some other temporary files which certain thing like OBJ file and then the PDB file. So other things you just ignore it. So what you have written, this one is yesterday Kishore was asking me like what I am showing the example is a C program, right? So he asked me whether we can write a C++ program this one. Visual Studio will allow you to write C and C++. Also you can combine together and it will allow you. So if you have a C sample code, you can just type it like instead of this you just type it and it will even if you compile and if you run it, it will run actually. So both C and C++ will work in this one. So and yesterday we were trying certain things from seeing your website. So again I repeat actually, don't copy paste actually. So by doing copy paste we miss a lot of informations. We don't know like what is the syntax. We miss like how to handle errors, link errors. Mostly you just see, understand the concepts and try it in your issue. If that is getting too difficult, you just open it and type it by seeing it. So if it is getting very difficult, you always practice that way. So this program that I have written is a console-based application. So the output will be in a console. So this is a console window, right? So command prompt actually. So we have tried a console-based application. Now I wanted to explain few more things regarding the environment setup of the Visual Studio. So it is better you do that for every project. So before that before going into that, I will show you one more thing. I'll just so far clear, right? So you need more AC. You need more AC. Actually, it's floating, right? Huh? What? It's cold, huh? Okay. Power is clear, right? Okay, so you have this code. To run this code, you press F5. Okay. You can also run this exe just by double clicking. But you see something got flashed, right? So the output is not getting shown properly. So it's because some console is getting opened, and so what you have to do in that case, click start, open this command prompt. You can either click on this command prompt or you right click and run as administrator. So any application that you run, try to run as an elevated mode, as a run as administrator. Certain things you may not be, you should not do that, but for testing purpose you just do this. So run as administrator. So it will open command prompt here. Now browse to that location. So we have to go to this location. Just It's in E drive, right? So what you can do is you can type E Ramnath VC E drive tab. So I was just pressing the tab actually. If you see the screen, so CD, if you press tab, all the directories will be listed. So I just press x64. So I'll be going to debug. So see hello world.exe. So just press enter and your output will be seen here. So this is another method of seeing your output of your program. So apart from using Visual Studio. Okay. Now I am running this exe in the place where I have all Visual Studio installed. So in the same location. So all my Visual Studio and all the executables are available in this. So that's why it's running. Okay. Suppose if I take this executable in another location where there is no Visual Studio, so I will show you. So it is enough you just copy this exe. You do not move all the files. Just copy this. So I will create a folder here. That is C hello world. And I'll paste it. So same way, if I run this, it tells something, right? It says some DLLs are missing actually. You got my point? So are you able to follow me, right? So this machine doesn't have any Visual Studio actually. I have the Visual Studio in my remote location here. I developed an application in Visual Studio and I copied that application in different location where there is no Visual Studio. I am just trying to run this. It says like some of the DLLs are missing. Okay, I will try to open command prompt also. I will show you. I press the start button, type CMD, run as administrator, press yes. I just right click, so to just browse to that folder. Now I'll run this exe. So it is telling me this particular DLL is missing actually. So what I had to do actually. So I'll tell you there are two steps. So just note down the not in your book notebook. Like see the DLL name actually. VC runtime 140.d.dll, right? So what I have to do is I will go to my location. I have to browse where my Visual Studio is installed. So I'll just click this OK. So all my Visual Studio will be in x86. This is just for your understanding. So you need not do this, but I will tell you how. There is a solution for this, how to solve this. But for now, I am just telling for your understanding. So you just go to the Visual Studio. Maybe I'll click on this 2019 Professional. So here I will. So you know like how to search a file, right? So I'll just click this. What is the file name? VC?
Runtime.
VC
runtime.
Runtime
140
D.dl.
Yes.
So 140.
140, okay. 140 D.dl, okay. It will take some time to get the DLL, we'll wait for that. Wait, I will search it again. It was searching the file content also, that is not required. So it will list the files over here. So there are 4 files available, so same file. You have to choose the correct file. So don't bother like how to choose, just for your demonstration purpose I am showing you this. Just so I will select this so we are working on x64 application, so I will select I will select this x64. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll copy this, I'll paste it here. Now I will try to run this application. So now different an error has come. So what is saying? UCRT base D.dl. So again, so now we have to search for this DLL. So again I will go to this. What is the file name? Okay, base D.dl. Let me search. Okay, this file is not available. So what I'll do, I'll go to this application. I will search it here. Spelling is correct, right? Okay, so what I'll do, I'll just copy this file. I'll paste it here. Now I will run this one. You see, after copying these 2 DLLs, our program started to execute actually. So it ran and showed the output actually. How to avoid this first? Actually I will tell you like why this has this dependency and how to avoid it. You can also like if you develop your any application, if you move to some other any system where Visual Studio is not there, same thing you will face the same problem. So I will tell you like why this error is coming and how to avoid it. It's very easy. Once every time you do this, it will be fixed in your mind actually. So why this error is coming is this exe it needs a dependency DLLs to run this exe. So and that's why it is prompting you to ask for this DLLs. Why this dependency is there means, so let's go back to our Visual Studio. So you are running x64 64-bit, you are developing a 64-bit application in a debug mode. So because you are writing a debug application, that is why it is this dependency DLL, it's showing that D actually. D means debug version of URCT base. So here D means, like the last D means like a debug version of VC runtime 140, actually debug version. So what you have to do this to avoid it. So just click on the project C Hello World and click on right click and just click on the properties. Okay. For now it will be little confusing, but once if you do this, always it will become clear actually. So this properties, this project properties which you see, right click and select the project properties. It contains all the property information of how your solution, how your projects need to be built. Lot of things are there actually. Certain things I myself don't know, but there are many things which in the process of time you will be learning this. So now I am going to tell you like how to avoid those DLL dependency. So what you have to do is keep this in mind under configuration properties. I will repeat it. So you should not right click on this one actually. You should right click on that particular project, go to the properties, and under the configuration property you will see C++. So go here, you will see code generation. Okay, you will see for a debug build for a x64 platform, the runtime library, it says multi-threaded debug DLL. So this particular property is telling like whenever you deploy your exe, you also have to deploy your corresponding DLLs, the dependency DLLs. So to avoid this deploying the DLLs, actually these are helpful for many projects. So, but for you to for your test program, you just follow this. So imagine that now the configuration is debug configuration and platform is x64. So just drop down this one. It says multi-threaded debug DLL, right? It's a debug version. So you just remove this DLL. You just select this multi-threaded debug DLL. Okay. Just press apply. One more thing, you do this for all configuration for all platforms. So now we did it for debug alone. We'll do this for release also. In release also it says multi-threaded DLL. So just drop down, select this multi-threaded. Just ignore the DLL. You will be option. There will be an option called multi-threaded one, and press here, apply. So you did for platform x64. You do it anyway. You are not working on x86, but practice doing for x86 also. So Win32, same thing. So for Win32 release configuration, multi-threaded DLL, just ignore the DLL and select this one. Press apply. Now for Win32, select debug. Same thing. multi-threaded debug DLL is there. So select this one, not this one. Okay, just ignore DLL and you select multi-thread debug and apply. You, for every project, you keep doing this. You will get used to it, and you will automatically learn like what it is actually. So by default, x64 and debug is active. So okay. Now I will what I will do, I will delete this one, whole thing. I will rebuild all actually. So rebuild is something controlled Alt F7. So you will find everything in your menu actually. Later on you can use your keys. So I'll just press Control Alt F7. It finished building it actually. So if you see the size of this configuration will be little larger actually. So it's almost 1 MB actually, 1 MB file. It is all the dependency DLL that we separately copied will also gets automatically included in this exe. So you need not copy the DLL, you just need to copy this exe alone. So that's why the file size has increased. So I'll just copy this, paste, I will run this. So you see, without any dependency DLLs, your program runs. So don't much worry about if you don't understand or if you don't follow, don't worry about that. Just follow, like try to change it actually. Changing the runtime dependency DLL. Okay. By doing this, later on you will come to know like how the Visual Studio configuration settings. You will slowly learn how to other configuration settings, how to change it. So you will slowly learn it. It's fine, right? Everyone, everything is fine, right? Okay. I'll close this. Okay, so far good, right? You need some break? You need to go restroom. Okay, I will continue. So what I said is, always start your Visual Studio as an administrator. So you will have more rights and more privileges. For example, whenever I start my Visual Studio, I don't right click actually and run myself. I will just click, but automatically it will prompt me this UAC. So as a homework or as an assignment, I will like it is your like how I set automatically to run as a administrator. Like it is your job to just try to find out from Google how to automatically set an application to run as an administrator. So maybe later on you can do it, but for now you just right click and run as administrator. So but don't do it for all applications. It will be like don't be, it will later on it will lead you to some problems actually. I'll close this. So I was telling you about that runtime configuration. So it will be little difficult, but once you keep doing it, you will just practice it. Then I was showing you the console application, because so far what I have written is like a C console application. So later on I will show you how to write a Windows based application. So that will come in the later step. So I explained you about two-step process in the compilation. One is it will compile, and another thing is it will try to link, and I showed you like what are the files it gets created. You should know what you are working on. So that's why I was explaining you the folder structure and some of the file types it creates. Okay, so then I was telling you the two types of errors, compile error and link errors. Compile error is easy to solve. Link error is difficult, but slowly you can master it actually. Okay, so two more things about the environment. So once if you have the Visual Studio installed, I think I have noticed for Kishore the line number is automatically coming, right? So you see that, so that's not a problem. So maybe even for you also the line number will, so this line number will be helpful for you actually. One more thing you see on this side, it is not a scroll bar, it is just a snippet of the code actually. Just right click on this place, select scroll bar option. You see under text editor, under all language, under scroll bar, I will just come and help you actually. You see that behavior of the scroll bar. Use map mode of vertical scroll bar. So I have selected medium. If I select off, it will just display. I don't know what happened. Okay, I'll just select the first one. Use bar mode for vertical scroll bar. So it will be a normal scroll bar, like for everyone. So just right click on this one. You select this use map. Maybe you can note it down. For now, maybe you can try it in your location. Right click, just note it down in your note. Right click on that scroll bar and select scroll bar options. So select the scroll bar, you can see there. After selecting the scroll bar option, under text editor, under all languages, under scroll bars, just look at there. Under text editor, under all languages, under scroll bar, select under behavior, you select this use map mode for vertical, and then check this show preview tooltip, and select wide. Actually you can select medium, but just try to select this wide and see. Maybe I will take the print screen of this one and I will send it to the chat. So I will select wide. So you see that scroll bar now shows a snippet of the code actually. So if you have thousands of lines, 2000s of lines, means everything will be stripped under this scroll bar. So you will know like the structure of your coding actually. So I will change it back to medium. Okay. So I think this is it for this Visual Studio environment. So, next I will. I was telling you to that I will explain you what is this L part, right? So I will give me some time actually. I will just will have some small break and then we'll come back and I will check. I'll just stop the recording.